Hey guys, so first off, sorry I didn't get my midweek video up this week. I've been super busy just with life, wrapping up summer, everything, doing stuff outside. I've been so busy this week, so I wasn't able to record a video, but I'll try to get a couple out this weekend for you guys, and hopefully you enjoy them. So today's video, I wanted to be a little less structured than my last few. I know a lot of the lists lately that I've been making, I've had like notes, a script type thing where I'm just kind of reading off stuff, maybe adding thoughts that I have as I record. But for the most part, it's been like a list of sets or something, or a list of ideas I have, and I just kind of talk about them. This video, I wanted to just kind of talk to the camera, and I wanted to talk about some of my Star Wars and Lego Star Wars hot takes. So some of these are going to be kind of like lukewarm takes, some of these might be a little bit hotter takes, but yeah, let's just get started with them. My first one that I thought about was I think that Andor leading into Rogue One, those two projects together are the best Star Wars we have ever seen. I think just the acting, the storytelling, the emotions that those projects kind of show to the audience is just unmatched. First off, I am really bad with character names. So if I am explaining my thoughts and I just like, oh, that guy that did that thing, I'm sorry, I've seen all of these things I'm going to talk about, but I'm just really bad with character names. So, first off, one of the most memorable scenes from any Star Wars for me is when they're listening to the manifesto in the Imperial office there, and then they walk out of there. The officer, the leader, I forget what his title would be, I forget his name, sorry, but he does the thing that I can't say on YouTube to himself, and then it just goes to silence. They just kind of brush it off, and then they keep going because he's just horrified of what he would have to go to the Emperor and explain himself, what he would do to him. Just the emotion that shows, even though it is mostly silent, other than the obvious. It's just crazy. And then just the amount of stories that you see going back and forth between Cassian, Dedra, Cyril, the Imperial officers, Luthen, all of them. Mon Mothma too, of course. It's just the amount of content that they were able to cram, and actually good content, it's not like rushed, into 2 seasons was insane. And then that show, Rogue One was already probably in my top 3 Star Wars movies, bare minimum top 4. It's kind of flip-floppy with A New Hope, like depending on what day you ask me. It might be the one, might be the other. But I think that uh, that show just enhances that movie so much in the same way that Rogue One enhances A New Hope. So I think that kind of sequence is the best pieces combined of Star Wars media we've ever gotten. If you're looking at individual projects, my best is still uh, Empire Strikes Back, followed by Revenge of the Sith, followed by the Clone Wars. Like, I think those three as whole projects are the best individual things we've ever gotten. Although I think it's a little unfair to stack the movies the against 7 seasons of an animated TV show. But yeah, my next one, this one might be a little controversial. I think the first one is a pretty popular opinion, at least that those are top tier Star Wars, maybe not the best, but I don't think my first one is that crazy of a take. This next one might ruffle some feathers a little bit with the Star Wars nerds out there. But I mean, I'm a huge nerd, so that's not a negative way, but might ruffle some feathers out there, is that I personally do not think that The Acolyte is that bad. I don't think it's great. Even good is a stretch. I think decent is probably where I'd put it, like watchable. Kind of like, oh, might throw it on when I'm bored, might throw it on when I'm building a Lego set, I have nothing else to watch type thing. I've watched pretty much every show, every movie that they've put out. I think the only things that I haven't caught up on yet is I haven't watched Visions because it's not canon and I don't care. And I haven't watched, I think, like whatever the latest Tales was. I don't remember if it was Empire or Underworld. I know I've watched one and I haven't watched the other. I think it was the one with Ventress and I think it's Ventress and Cad Bane. I've seen it on my Disney Plus. I just haven't gotten around to watching it yet. Other than that, I've seen everything. I think that would be Underworld. That would make the most sense. That's the only one I haven't seen. Other than that, I've seen everything else, and I would Acolyte would probably be in like my bottom third tier, but I think it would be on the upper area of that bottom third. Like I think my top tier would be like Empire, Revenge of the Sith, Rogue One, Clone Wars, Andor, and then the remaining of the OT. Then like middle would be Mando, the remaining two prequels, probably Force Awakens, and then like Rebels would be in like the top of that. I don't think I'd put it in the same tier as those top tier movies. And then I might be forgetting some. Solo would probably be in that middle tier. That's all I can think of off the top of my head. I'm sure there's something I'd put in each of the top and middle tier that I'm just blanking on. Like I said, I'm just talking right here. I don't have anything written down. And like my bottom tier would probably be like the top would be like the Acolyte. Then we'd have Kenobi in there. I think Boba Fett would probably be in the middle tier. I didn't hate that show. Same thing with Ahsoka. She's like my second favorite character. I don't know, I forgot that. She'd be in the middle tier. Boba Fett would be in like the middle tier. But then like bottom tier would be like Acolyte, Kenobi, the remaining two sequels. I think those are terrible movies, especially The Last Jedi. The Rise of Skywalker, for context, I haven't seen any of the sequels since they've been in theaters. I just don't care. I think they're mostly bad movies. I think The Force Awakens is fine at best, but the other two movies, just as a trilogy, are terrible. I think overall that trilogy, if you take it as a whole, is the worst Star Wars media we've ever had. The Force Awakens is at least watchable, but the remaining two movies are just so bad that it just drags it down. It's like the opposite of the prequels, where the first two are pretty good, kind of mid, but Revenge of the Sith is just so incredible that, in my opinion, the entire prequel trilogy is quite above average. Like I'd probably give it like a B plus overall as a trilogy, and the original trilogy would be like an A. I don't think they're the only thing that I'd probably give an A plus, like I said, would be Rogue One and or combined. But I think that the sequel trilogy is like a F, C minus at best. I think The Force Awakens is the only thing that might drag it barely out of F. But I was just rambling on there. Back to the Acolyte, like I was saying before. I think it is decent. Like I said, I think it's in the top of like my bottom tier. I think there is probably 4 or 5 things that they've made that are worse than it. I don't think it's great. I think there's plenty of things that just completely don't make sense in that show. Like at the end when the lightsaber goes red type thing. And then Ki-Adi-Mundi being in the show makes no sense. I don't remember the exact year, but I think he was like 20, 30 years out from even being born at the point that the show was technically supposed to take in, and he's a grown adult in it. But, and then like the fanfare in it is a little off, but like other than that, like it's a fun watch. I don't think it's anything special, but I like enjoyed it. I'd say it was fine. I don't think it was terrible. I think it was, I just think it was okay. I think the fact that my hot take is that a show is okay just shows how bad the general view of that show is. Like I said, I don't think it's great. I just think it is fine. But my next take, I'm going to go more into the Lego realm with this, is that I think we are in, with a few exceptions, the best time period for Star Wars ever. At least for people in my age group. I think I've already done my thoughts on why I think Lego is moving in the wrong direction when it comes to marketing their product towards kids. I think that when it comes to the young age group for Lego, I think they're doing a terrible job at marketing to them. I think when it comes to marketing towards my age group, like people late teens, early 20s, I think they're doing the best job they ever have. And I think some of the products that they're putting out are the best they've ever been. In a vacuum, I think we might potentially be in the best era of Lego Star Wars, at bare minimum second best. I think that 2010 to 2014 is still better, but I do think that this current era is the second best like 5-year stretch. Like if you were to divide it up like 2000, I'm just going to skip 1999 for simplicity's sake of math, but like 2000 to 05, 05 to 2010, 2010 to 2015, 15 to 20, 20 to 25. I think that 20 to 25 range is probably the second best after 2010 to 2015. I think that some of the models we've gotten lately have been incredible. I love the MIDI scale line. I love the buildable figure line. I love most of the UCS sets. I think the only one in recent memory since I've gotten back into collecting that I chose not to buy. There's some that I just haven't gotten yet. Like I haven't gotten the sail barge, I plan on getting it, but I haven't gotten the Falcon either. That's one, it's more of a space issue. But the only one that I have actively chosen not to buy was the Landspeeder, just because I don't care, honestly. I have, I think, like 2 play scale ones, and that's more than enough for me. It's just not something I particularly care about. But I think for the most part, the sets that we've gotten in recent years, like the UCS AT-AT, like I said, I don't own it, but the UCS Falcon, the UCS Venator is very good. My next one, this might go into like another hot take kind of, but I think the UCS Death Star is a great set. I think we could have asked for more. I think that I honestly may have preferred a sphere, but for what we're getting, I think it's great. Like if you had given me the option between what we're getting and a very large globe style sphere, I probably would have taken the sphere. But also when they not announced, but when the rumor was revealed that it was going to be flat, I was kind of like, ugh, that doesn't make any sense. Like, why would they do something like that? But after seeing it and just kind of letting it marinate with me, I do kind of like it. And I honestly do plan on buying it. I've gone back and forth on it a little bit if I really want to buy it, because I've just kind of looked at some of the other stuff that I could buy for that price range. Like I, for example, want the Jabba's Sail Barge Lion Knight's Castle. Both of those, and I'd have $100 left over. Both of those would be about the same as the Death Star. And both of those sets I do want. So it's just kind of tough. I do want the Death Star. I probably will get it eventually. It's going to be one of those things that's just like the more I look at it, the more I like it more. But I know that's not like the hottest take. I know that set is very much like you either love it or you hate it. And I'm like, I think 75% of the way there to loving it. I do think it's really cool. I know the set has its issues, which you can say $1,000 set shouldn't, but like, it's hard to make something perfect, man. It really is. Like, they're never going to release a truly, truly perfect set. There's always going to be at least one thing you can pick apart. Even sets that I'd consider perfect, they have some problems with them. For example, I think the UCS Venator and UCS AT-AT are both just perfect 10 out of 10 sets with the builds. But I think actually, I don't think I have a nitpick for the AT-AT, to be honest with you. But the UCS Venator, completely ignoring the whole Rex's Y-Wing thing. There's no waist cape on the Rex. There's a few other things where it's like, oh, it should have had the gray bridge, so it's more generic as opposed to the capital ship, the like commander ship. I forget exactly what the lore reason is. I think it's like the head of the fleet for the red bridge. But yeah, that's it for that one. I've rambled on long enough. I think that's kind of 4 takes. I know I kind of combined those 2 at the end with the Lego Star Wars in its second best state ever, and I think we're entering a second golden age, and the Death Star take. But yeah, I've talked long enough, going on 15 minutes here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Please leave a comment below with your hot takes. Keep it civil, especially on that Acolyte one. I hope that one isn't too controversial. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Leave a comment below. This video will probably begin a series of videos just for me to record when I honestly don't have any other ideas. I just thought about this, wanted to turn the camera on and talk. So yeah, have a great day, guys. Hope you enjoyed. Leave a comment and a like down below. Thanks for watching. Bye.